Set your alarm, aren't you hungry?
One of my old hoes calls me and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm getting ready to go on a date." Or, "I'm getting ready to go to the movies." He's like, "Oh, you're going on a date?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You don't even care to lie to me?" "Why would I lie to you? You're not my man." "Why do I have to lie to you for?"
Clearly, this means something to her because she felt the need to get on TikTok and tell us about it like we care. You know what I'm saying? This means more to her than the date that she about to go on with the new guy. You know what I'm saying, bro? She more happy that he called her and cared about what she got going on than actually what she got going on.
Women, you can't have hoes. Only women could be hoes. I know y'all like to tease men, say, "Oh, you're a hoe. Oh, you've been ran through." Baby girl, only you get ran through. Okay, men are the hoe makers. Women are the hoes. Now, the fact that you call people in your circle, I guess your men that orbit you, your hoes, tells me that you're the hoe, okay? Because even though he's not your man, you should lie to him and have more respect and dignity for yourself. She's the kind of girl that would stuff 2 hot dogs in her mouth at the same time, okay?
Damn.
Wild.
I will happily be the first to say it. A man in a Mercedes is not a man. In fact, a man pulling up in a Mercedes is a bad bitch waiting for you to hold his purse. Look, babe, I don't make the rules. It's just a feminine
Nah, I don't agree with this dumbass shit she's saying.
car. I genuinely, it's not me. When you look at it, it looks like a feminine car. When you look at a BMW, it's giving mask. Audi, mask. A Mercedes, babe, that's femme. Femme as fuck. It's giving girl. Toyota, that one is very gender neutral. I'm not gonna lie. Babe, a Mercedes. Oh, a Mercedes. Get out. Get out. If you're a man, get out.
A Toyota is gender neutral, but a Mercedes is feminine. Yeah. The
Yeah, Mercedes about to have you blocked, shawty.
woman clearly just,
They about to delete your whole account. You said Mercedes what?
and she talks about this like if she knows so much about cars. I guarantee she could have named 3 models from Mercedes lineup. I guarantee. The only car that a lot of these women know when it comes to luxury cars and Benzes are the G-Wagon. Can you name anything else in the lineup? Probably not. Okay? So when you say that Mercedes feminine, there's no way that Mercedes needs to make a V8 for women. Right? There's no
Then the right nigga pull up in a Mercedes. Who car she hopping in?
way that the 63 AMG is made for a woman. Yeah, but let women tell, "Oh, it's a feminine car." Anyway, I mean, women, you see what I'm saying? Embarrassing. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look.
I'm gonna say this one more time for the people that hear me. If you're a pretty woman and you ain't got no kids, don't date no man with some kids. I'm gonna say it one more time. A pretty woman and you ain't got no kids, do not date no man with some kids. Girl, I'm telling you, run for your life. Run.
But the reason why is because a man with kids shows a form of pre-selection. Basically, it's showing that you was able to not only get a woman, but reproduce with a woman. That's like the ultimate form of validation. Like she reproduced your genetics and pushed that out into this world, bro. That is validation. One woman already did the groundwork for the next woman. She already proved that he was worthy. So now all the other women see and they want it too. You know what I'm saying? Because women don't want a man that can't get women. A man with a child has already proven he could get women. So that's like, you know what I'm saying?
Quite literally, run. Like, what are you doing still sitting? Go. Like, seriously, go. Like, seriously, do not do it. Like, do not do it. Don't do it. I don't care what the circumstances are. If the baby mama is still alive and breathing, don't do it. If the kids is still, I don't want to say it like that, but if they still running around here, don't do it.
You know why you gotta tell women not to do it? Because women will do it. Especially in their prime. Women will date a Pookie with kids in their prime, and then as they get older, after they get burnt by Pookie, now they have higher standards for themselves when they have less value in the dating market. This is what happens to women all the time. In their prime, they make all the mistakes. They sleep around. They're the biggest whore. They date Pookie. They date men with children.
Hey, but here's the thing about being a Pookie, though, right? You don't have to be one forever. You can absolutely change and then level up and get, like, a whole new type of woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Gucci Mane. I mean, if we looking at the same Gucci Mane, just look at him. Look at what he had. Look at what he got now. You know what I'm saying? What's the female version of that?
All the mistakes. So when they get older, they demand more even though they offer less. This is how embarrassing a lot of women are. And I see it all the time. I see it all the time. It's kind of nearly impossible to date a woman who's attractive and childless above the age of 36 without her having some serious mental issues, whether she shows it or not. Some serious mental issues. If you're 36 years old as a woman or older, and you have no children, you might have some serious mental issues. That's just from what I've seen. Okay, I could be wrong, prove me wrong, but you might be the exception. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look.
Girl, do you want to know one fundamental thing I've learned about myself this week? It is that I need to earn more money and build more wealth because apparently I do not have a frugal bone in my body. I watched Yaz's video about how she hates frugal content. She makes some great points. Go and watch it. And it led me to a rabbit hole of like frugal content on TikTok. And my God, I've just realized that I haven't been doing any of these things that these people have done to save money, and I will never do it. I'm seeing people say they never order a drink when they go out for food. I'm seeing people say they never go out for food full stop. They never have coffees. They never take even public transport. They'd rather walk. Like, these people are really living the frugal lifestyle. And it just made me realize, like, girl, you don't have it in you.
She had to throw on the fur coat, too, just to let us know she really about that shit.
Have it in you to be this disciplined, because that's what it takes to have the money, because these people have money, but to focus so much on saving that you would rather inconvenience yourself. I applaud it, but I just know it's not me. Like, if I
to focus on so much on saving so to inconvenience yourself, what's the inconvenience? Not being able to be a super consumer?
Yeah.
Just even hear
Making other people rich while you continue to try to impress other broke people. You know, like, man.
She wants to build wealth so she don't have to be frugal. That doesn't make any sense. The point of building wealth is because you are frugal. In fact, being frugal is how you build wealth. A lot of people think it's how much you earn. It's not how much you earn. Because she's an example of a person who's going to be a victim of lifestyle creep. The more she earns, the more she spends. The truth of the matter is, being truly wealthy is living below your means and not feel like you're depriving yourself.
But living below your means also means living below your means at whatever level you are. So say you make $500,000 a year. Living below your means something different than if you was making $40,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? I think people don't ever explain that part. Like, if I'm making $500,000 a year, living below my means might be like $100,000 budget. You know what I'm saying? I could spend $100,000 a year. I could spend $95,000 a year, something like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? My expenses are what? I make $500,000. My expenses are what, like $80,000, $90,000, maybe less than that. That's still a damn pretty good life to live, bro. Like that, but that's him living below his means, though. Or that's them living below their means, though.
Feels like if she can't buy whatever she wants, like the child that she is in her mind, she's depriving herself. So yeah, she's going to get that extra coffee, that extra drink. And I'm not saying that you can't have any kind of pleasures in life, but you have to realize that every time that you sign up to buy this or buy that or splurge in here or splurge that, that's more wealth out the door, and it's harder to replace it as time goes on. You have to think about the future. And women like this, I know they're not from affluence. The fur coat tells me she's not from affluence, because if she was, they would have let the people that would have raised her would have let her know. She would see herself. A lot of them are cheap. They're very wealthy people. They love talking about how much they save on things. I'm telling people, I know people don't understand this, but wealthy people love a good deal. They love a good deal. They brag about good deals.
And not only that, but they're brave enough to even ask. Like, a lot of people are afraid to even ask, right? Either they too shy, too bashful, or too prideful. A wealthy person, you know, they're not afraid to ask, man. They're not afraid of what people might think about them. Now, that don't mean they're going to go out and just be like a nuisance or an inconvenience, but, you know what I'm saying? They're not afraid to ask.
But if you're not wealthy, you know it. Because poor people brag about how much they spend on stuff. Yeah. And she wants to spend. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. She talks about the new look of luxury. What a title. Take a look.
Because everything can be financed today, the status symbols are changing. Instead of logos, instead of brands, instead of cars, people are looking at the health and fitness of your body, your time freedom, and an emotionally regulated nervous system. The image that is perceived as quote unquote rich in society and especially online is so easily replicable to the point that the value of that image is actually going down. Another creator pointed this out, but we can see it in certain online spaces. So that very curated Pilates girl driving a Jeep, matcha holding woman who ideally doesn't do anything all day but run errands and exercise is being replicated by people who do not live.
Hey, no, if you really want to get rich, just make something that appeals to women's sensibilities, bro. Whatever that is, whatever that product or service is, it's just got to appeal to women. They got to look at it as a status symbol of some sort. Like a Stanley Cup or a matcha or pumpkin spice or whatever women fuck with. Like, just do that. Bruh, you hear what they talk about. The new look of luxury, financing, looking the part, but not actually being the part. That's all they care about is looking the part. And I ain't even gonna say that's just women. Pretty sure it's a good amount of men that's like that too. Trying to keep up with the Joneses and shit, but I don't know, man. If you really trying to get rich, make something that appeals to women, apparently.
Idealized lives that we perceive these women as having. So the validation metric naturally has to evolve with the image. And these are the things that financing cannot get you. You cannot buy your way into having a regulated nervous system. You will have to be actively living a life that has systems, structures, and resources in place for you to be happy, healthy, calm. The ability to decide that you are not going to work today, the ability to completely evacuate your place of residence and move on a whim, the ability to even purchase properties or whatever on a whim, that time freedom, key indicator now. And that same concept applies to the health and fitness of your body. BBL, liposuction, even abs at this point.
Am I the only one that tuned her out?
Be finance. The small things that people are noticing that you cannot finance. Your posture, eye bags that signal poor sleep, the ability to focus. I'm not someone that believes that you should live your life to appear like something that you are not to other people. But if you were wondering, this is it.
Here's the thing, and I agree with a lot that she's saying. Very clever, very well said, very well spoken. But the truth of the matter is, health will never be a status symbol. It'll be a flex. Yeah, one of the major flexes you can have is to be in your 40s and your 50s and have a great body. 100% a flex. But in no means, by no means possible would that be a status symbol. In fact, if you're overweight, it's more likely that you have status if you're overweight than if you're fit. There are more millionaires than there are people with abs. That's why abs can never be a status symbol, because people who have status rarely have abs.
Damn.
It's just not something that you would see oftentimes together, right? They're just not occurrences that happen together. So I do agree that it's valuable. And, you know, I'm a personal trainer, part-time personal trainer. I've been this way for the last 5 years, you know what I'm saying? So I've been working hard, building my body for the last 5 years consistently. And I've been eating healthy. I've been on a plant-based diet for the last 10 years. So I do value my health. I have a very, very disciplined diet. And I personally believe longevity as far as life is very important, and the quality of life. You know, but I got to admit that wealthy people get BBLs. Wealthy people, not all of them, I'm not saying all wealthy people, but wealthy people are on a Ozempic. A lot of them are lazy. And they think that their money makes up for everything. You know, and a lot of them are cheap as well. I said that before, it's true. But because they like to keep their money. You know what I'm saying? Look, a fool and his money are quickly parted because they don't take the time to preserve their money. They want to look rich to everyone else because even they're shocked that they got the money. You know, but true people who have money, they don't need to prove anything to you. They just don't. So I agree with her that it's no longer just Pilates and having a G-Wagon and being an influencer, right? Because even a lot of influencers are broke, right? A broke mindset leads to being broke in general. Now, here's what I thought was a very interesting video as well. Take a look.
So I don't like the whole inclusive modeling situation. Like, I don't like that shit at all. And I'm going to explain why, because I'm so tired of people coming on TikTok and pretending like we are supposed to just be on board with the idea. No. Number one, why use your common sense for a second? Why would anybody want to see someone out of shape as fuck, average looking as fuck, and nothing special about them on a runway? That makes no sense.
Yeah, that's disrespectful to all the women that worked hard to be there, that put a lot of sacrifice and time into being there, just for somebody that didn't put no type of discipline, no type of work in to be there, just to, you know what I'm saying, right? Just to feel included and shit. Right? Come on.
That is like going to a car show and demanding that your Kia Forte gets put on display. It's like no one wants to see that shit. Like, I see that shit every day. When you cut on TV for a runway, I want to see women. Everybody does, not just me. But we have people who speak out that are so... The people with common sense are drowned out by the people who are emotional. So I'm going to take it there. When I cut on the TV and I see Victoria's Secret, immediately my mind is imagining women so fucking beautiful that I cannot look away from the screen. We know nothing is more attention...
We think alike, shawty.
...and captivating than a beautiful ass woman. We know this.
You know what I'm saying?
Sex sells. So when I cut the TV on, I want to see Candace Swanepoel. I want to see Adriana Lima. I don't want to see your average Joe. I don't want to see you. Get off. Like, I can't. I'm going to start shaking. I do not want to see average Joe, my first grade teacher looking ass bitch, in lingerie on a runway next to fucking supermodels and professional singers on live TV. What the fuck? That makes no sense. And then on top of that, y'all do not make a big fuss about any other profession doing this. Like, the requirements to be in the NBA, tall as fuck, fit as fuck, good as fuck at basketball. So imagine...
Well, you talking about $1 million contracts.
If the NBA started letting in guys who are 5'5" and overweight and not good at throwing the ball, the world would be in uproar. And he's playing next to LeBron James and we're supposed to pretend like he's a star player? No. So we're not doing that with modeling. I'm sorry, no. And then I don't understand. I have a genuine question. Modeling, what it used to be and what it will return to, because I'm going to make sure of it. Somehow I'm going to speak. I'm going to make sure of it because I don't like this shit at all. What do you do in your free time as a model when you are average Joe as fuck? Like, I know the beautiful women.
The as fuck is crazy.
Like whoever. Alessandra Ambrosio, my favorite model of all time. I know she is working out multiple times a day, eating clean as fuck, going in and getting her skin treatments, her hair treatments, all the above. When you are an average Joe ass bitch, are you dead ass just getting paid to do nothing? To maintain yourself? Like, and I don't want to hear that shit. I work out 3 times a day. I'm not going to go there. Look.
When you're an average Joe ass bitch, man, well said, bravo. I need to add that to my my lineup of
Average Joe ass bitch.
Well,
that would hurt some girl feelings. You call her that to her face. Average Joe ass bitch. Damn.
Things that I say to people. Average Joe ass bitch. Yeah, I agree. You know, inclusivity is ruining modern times. Just think about where we are as a society right now. Just think about where we are. We have men in women's sports, like weirdo ass men in women's sports and women locker rooms. That's weird. Okay, that's really weird.
No, because what a lot of people did was adopt other people's problems, right? That problems that wasn't ours, we made it our problem and adopted it, and now we suffering the consequence. And that rhymed. That legit ass rhymes. We made other people's problems our problems and adopted it, and now we suffer the consequence. Come on, bro.
Have obese women that are doing modeling for Victoria's Secret and Victoria's Secret's fashion show. Very weird. Very, very weird. We have little boys and little children that are being transitioned, right? They're having their carrots cut off. I mean, we're just... Can anyone wake up and say we're living in an anti-human time? Like, what is going on, right? Like, why are we celebrating mediocrity for the sake of, well, everyone needs representation? No, you do not. We don't see...
Mediocrity seems to be prophecy.
We don't need to see mediocrity on television because for mediocrity's sake. No, we don't. So I agree with her, like, this idea that everyone's trying to be inclusive and all plus size and everything's included. Look, you know, there's a place for modeling of bigger women who are attractive. I agree with that. But Victoria doesn't need to rebrand itself to something that it's not.
Yeah, because then it wouldn't be a secret no more.
Height, the pinnacle of female beauty, stay there. Don't
when you think Victoria's Secret, you thinking, damn, I'm lucky I get to see this. Not, god damn, I ain't trying to see this.
Finish yourself for a political reason, and that just lets you know that politics is the major religion of America. Right now, all these political agendas, right? Left wing, right wing. I see it on dating apps too. Women are saying,
and we already looked up the definition of politics. You know what I'm saying? We could actually look it up again just for the sake of this video so we can have a better understanding of why politics is in the way of progress, bro. You know what I'm saying? When a rapper's complaining about a music label not allowing them to create the music they want to create, but they don't feel like expressing that in a lot of words, what's the one word they use? Politics. You know how it is, man. Politics. Like, politics is obviously in the way of progression, right? I mean, like, come on. Politics. Definition. Politics. The activities associated with the governance of a country or other area, especially the debate or conflict among individuals or parties having or hoping to achieve power, right? And the second one says activities within an organization that are aimed at improving someone's status or position and are typically considered to be devious or divisive. Devious or divisive, right? This is the definition of deviant or divisive, tending to cause disagreement or hostility between people. So that's what politics does, causes disagreement or hostility between people. So where's the progression in that? Where's the end goal in that? Like, for real, bro.
if you voted for such and such, swipe left. Don't match with me. Right? That's like saying, oh, if you're a Christian, don't match with me. Like, you never hear people say that. But we'll say that about politics. It's the major religion in America, and it just goes to show we don't know who's controlling it. Some secret people above telling us how to feel and how to think about these different social ideas. Social issues. Right? But hey, some reasonable women say it. Anyway, here's another woman I think is quite delusional. Take a look.
As a first-year associate in Big Law, I'm going to need the little what it's like to be in Big Law training to start including what it's like to go on dates while you're in Big Law, because it's a Sunday, it's only 8:30 p.m. I went on a day date because I was like, oh, not too much to be going on, right? Wrong. I'm getting multiple emails. I'd sent off an email that I thought would be reviewed, you know, in due time, and I sent off some schedules that had to be reviewed before I left. Cool. Check, done, easy. Can we talk about what I do when I get an email from a partner with a request and I have at least an hour left on a date? Do we leave the date? Do I send this email in the bathroom?
Hold on, what she talking about? I was not paying attention, my bad.
Date in Big Law, because law training.
Some reasonable women say it.
What it say? Law school, everyone is in a relationship. Big Law, everyone is engaged or married.
Anyway, here's another woman I think is quite delusional. Take a look.
As a first-year associate in Big Law, I'm going to need the little what it's like to be in Big Law training to start including what it's like to go on dates while you're in Big Law, because it's a Sunday, it's only 8:30 p.m. I went on a day date because I was like, oh, not too much to be going on, right? Wrong. I'm getting multiple emails. I sent off an email that I thought would be reviewed, you know, in due time. And I sent off some schedules that had to be reviewed before I left. Cool. Check, done, easy. Can we talk about what I do when I get an email from a partner with a request and I have at least an hour left on a date? Do we leave the date? Do I send this email in the bathroom? So I went with B. But I got another request as I'm leaving said bathroom. And I've already been gone for at least 12, 15 minutes. Like, this is not normal bathroom time. I could be honest, but we're very early in our date. Like, I don't want to talk about this. This is just like killing. I need Big Law to have a little notification that says I'm developing my personal life. I need like an out of office for developing my personal life. Is that normal? Can I do that? Because at this rate, my love life is not looking great if I keep going on dates and having to pull out my laptop.
So it's like, this seems like a crossroad. She got to pick. Yeah. She got to pick. I mean, I don't know, maybe she could figure it out and make both work, but it seems like she's not going to be able to have a career and a love life. Like, she got to pick.
A first-year associate who loves Big Law, but can't keep doing this if it's going to leave me single. Okay?
It's so funny because women want equality, but they don't realize that in order to get some of these big jobs, you got to make a real sacrifice. Y'all don't know that men have been sacrificing a lot of their lives to be part of these big firms, right? To have these big careers, to be a doctor.
And that sucks because she is a beautiful woman, man.
In 80, 90 hours
I'd be upset, man. She not available, bro.
a week. Women don't want to do that. They also want work-life balance. No such thing for these very competitive fields. There is no balance, right? There's sacrifice and dedication. And here's a girl saying, oh, you know, Big Law, I'm associate, my first year in law, and, you know, I got an email, and oh my God, and like, but I'm on a date, and like, you know, so I went to the bathroom, I spent 15 minutes in the bathroom. Lady, you could have just told the guy, hey, I got to send an email, it's going to take a little while, don't mind me. I'm just going to send an email. You know, I got a law degree. I'm a lawyer now. Let me send an email. Any man, like, all right, they're cool. They're chill. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. You know, some men might get mad about it, whatever. But lying, going to the bathrooms, and you're in the bathroom for 15 minutes, that's no better. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I just think that so many women, and she's an attractive young woman, so many women are creating an identity around a career when really you want a certain lifestyle that career doesn't afford you. It doesn't afford you the freedom. Some of the most wealthiest people in the world are time poor. They don't have time to spend their money. One of the top.
I think I know what I can title this video. You know what I'm saying? Lifestyle, modern women lifestyle conflict. You think that would get clicks? You know what I'm saying? If y'all made it to this part of the video, type in MWLC, Modern Women Lifestyle Conflict. I don't know, man.
I was making a lot of money. I had like 3 jobs. And one reason why I had a lot of money, one, because, yeah, I had 3 jobs. But on top of that, like, I had no time to spend my money. So every time I was earning money, I kept the money because I never had an opportunity to go out and start shopping and chilling and hanging out. I was always on the go, so I never had time for women either. I had places to be, things to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to think about it. Anyway, here's a woman. I think this is very interesting for her to say this. She said, how did I become this kind of wife? I wasn't always her. Now, she wants to talk about how she wants to become better as a wife. And I think this is a great message for a lot of people. And I know it's kind of different in the title that women have zero self-awareness. This is one of those where this woman has a lot of self-awareness. And by the way, she's very fit as well. So not only she's fit, she's feminine, and she's also able to take criticism and direction. Perfect traits for a wife. Take a look.
How did I gain this wisdom? How did I become this wife? Because I almost lost my husband. Because I almost lost the love of my life because I was stuck in my ways. And I wasn't being a wife to my husband. And so when he came to me and was vulnerable and told me the issues that he was having, I didn't fight him or try and defend myself. I listened to him and I was like, you know what? I know that I'm better than what I'm giving you. I know that I can be better. I know that I've gotten comfortable, you know, and I literally made a challenge, a 30-day challenge. the my man challenge. In that 30 days, I was just pouring out love to my husband, like literally just serving him. I mean, making him feel what I should have been making him feel on a daily anyway, but times that by 30. Like, that's what I did for 30 days straight, and I did not let up. I kept going despite how I felt, despite what I didn't feel like doing, what I didn't want to do. I was serving my husband through and through. And that challenge literally transformed my mind. It softened my heart. And I saw my husband need me in ways I didn't even know that he did. And I can be vulnerable about this because to me, it's not nothing to be ashamed about. I've never been married before. This is my first marriage. This is my first time being a wife. This is my last marriage. But I didn't know what I didn't know. But because I opened my ears and shut my mouth, I was able to learn. And I'm glad I've shared this because this challenge has helped so many wives and so many marriages. I mean, I had husbands reaching out to me, thanking me for this challenge. Husbands.
Yeah,
my older cousin.
because she built a habit in that 30 days. And eventually the habit becomes behavior. And that behavior becomes, I forgot what was after that, but it became something more.
And he came to me almost in tears thanking me for this challenge. So when I say that this challenge is transformative, it's transformative for the marriage because it's transformative for the wife, which in turn transforms the husband. Like, it's a beautiful thing, guys. So for those asking for help, for those asking...
Look, too, she's a wife. That's her hair. It came out her head. Those are her eyelashes. You know what I'm saying? That's her face with no makeup. You know what I'm saying? Collarbone, petite. You know what I'm saying? Speaks well. Speaks clearly, speaks rationally. She not yelling at the camera. She not doing all the smacking the lips. She not cussing too much. Bro. I don't even think she said a cuss word yet. Bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't, come on, bro.
What did I do for those women?
Wife.
Who are DMing me and those men who are DMing me to talk to their wives and things like that. I've given the blueprint of what I've done. So you take it, you leave it, but that's what I've done.
You won't be able to change your wife into her. You might, hey, can you make shift my wife into this? This girl came to this conclusion on her own. And that's the most purest form of this type of behavior. Trying to learn from somebody else and then try to copy them. It doesn't work like that. You can't copy and paste mindset onto people. Okay? Because what makes up your mindset is a bunch of unconnected ideas, a bunch of unconnected experiences that the wise mind connects together. And she was able to see things a lot of women are not able to see. Yeah. She's clairvoyant in that way. She's very clairvoyant in that way. Now, one of the things I like that she said that she wasn't defensive. Ladies, if you could take anything away from this video, stop being defensive. When we correct you, I don't want to hear, I didn't mean to, I didn't intend to. You sound like a child. Okay? It's not about intention. No one's blaming you for being an evil person and that's why you did something evil. No. But we could blame you for not knowing something. You weren't aware of something. So now we're making you aware. Too many people are worried that if they make a mistake, that they're bad people. No. Everyone's going to make mistakes. Everybody. So women don't take accountability because they're afraid to admit that they did something wrong when people do wrong all the time. It's better to take accountability for what you did and move on. And that's exactly what she did. She wasn't offensive. She decided to start serving her husband in ways that she didn't know. And he started serving her in ways that she wasn't aware of. And she said serving her husband actually made her softer. I love that. So yeah, she's right. You don't know what you don't know. Therefore, stop beating yourself up about it. Instead of turning around, accept it, learn something new, try something different, and grow. Keep growing. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. The channel is blowing up. Check out some of my other videos.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. But look, man. Y'all like the video. L-I-K-E. Like the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Y'all be safe. I'm out.
Bruh, you recording?